2024 was an amazing year for anime, with balls and balls and balls. Now here's a fresh start to the year of 2025, with balls and balls and a bald. So 2025 begins with some of the best sequels and a lot of dads, a lot of brain rot, and as always, isekai. Well, yay, everyone loves isekai.
そしていつか私の初めてはたくさんニャンニャンしましょうね。
Now Medalist is one of the new shows this season which actually blew my mind. An anime about ice skating, and I'm not talking about Yuri on Ice. And this guy does a nut while skating. This is a wholesome story about a kid finding her dream, facing obstacles and learning the hardships of working towards a dream. And then there's this guy who really likes kids achieving their dreams. Yeah, I mean, he's just a good teacher. Okay, now jokes aside, this is actually a really wholesome show to watch this season. I am really looking forward to the growth this protagonist will have. And also look at this CGI. I mean, this CGI looks clean. Talking about the most hyped adaptation of this year, potentially beginning the new generation of shonen anime. An average idol fan and a grown-up Anya. The manga of Sakamoto Days has been doing amazing for all these years. An ex-hitman becoming a normal family guy, beating the shit out of people to protect his family. Until his wife told him not to kill people or else it's just divorce. Now Sakamoto Days' adaptation got a lot of hate previously because of its animation, but you still can't deny that it is really fun. At least it didn't turn out to be like Blue Lock Season 2. Now season 1 of Solo Leveling was Sung Jin Woo transforming into Daddy Jin Woo, and season 2 is more like Daddy Jin Woo. Now Solo Leveling is doing pretty well as one of the biggest overpowered protagonist power fantasy. Now even though a lot of stuff was cut down from the source material, the show still holds pretty well. I mean, just look at this heavy plot. Now Studio Gohan's is back at it again with distinct animation style, this time with random brain-rot schoolgirls fighting titans. And a heavy plot. I mean heavy, really heavy plot. Who said Mappa is the GOAT, by the way? You know what sports I don't really enjoy? It's golf. It is freaking slow. I don't enjoy it at all. It is like telling me you're an old man without telling me you're an old man. Now what if anime girls are actually golfing?
Gotta be aggressive as well, but you've got to get there or
I feel something on me.
Yeah, it is freaking amazing. Best Girl of 2024 is back again. The first season was one of the best anime I watched in 2024. Mao Mao is back with her antics, solving a bit of mysteries, getting punched in the face and then becoming the most gorgeous woman in the house for a second. She's cool, she's badass and has more balls than any guy in the show. I mean literally, because they're just goddamn eunuchs. This season there's also 2 reverse harem. It's not something I like. I really don't like harem actually. Now let's talk about 100 girlfriends who really like you. The most unrelatable harem of all time is back again. Rintaro is going around recruiting everyone and their moms to his JRPG girlfriend party. And I mean literally their moms. Now I'm not really a fan of harem anime, but I genuinely think when a harem is so absurd to the point that you just cannot take it seriously anymore, yeah, it is kind of fun. A guy getting 100 girlfriends, that probably will happen in a world with only 1 man and 100 women, but that dumb plot point is what makes it more fun, like Domestic Girlfriend. Okay, not that. Okay, that was a really bad example. The author of Fairy Tail has a new anime about Pokemons and farming. Yeah, this is just shit. Dr. Stone's new season starts off with again new genius scientific inventions like gambling and alcohol, greatest salvation of humanity, and the masterpiece that's Kohaku's dress. Now imagine you're a girl with everyone rolling around in the ground for you, like everyone is ready to simp for you. And then arrives the ultimate Giga Chad. Kuroya Medaka is kind of a weird romance show. This girl right here, she just wants attention. She does everything, I mean literally everything, to get this one guy to simp for her. But this guy is probably harder than the final boss of Dark Souls, while every other NPC is hard in a different way. Now nothing beats a good wholesome romance anime. POV. Your girlfriend roasts the shit out of you in public. And then when you're alone, she roasts the shit out of you. Yeah, this show is not relatable to me at all. Now imagine you're dreaming a life with an elf waifu in another fantasy world, and then you wake up to reality and
Dreams are something you have to believe in. Please keep your dreams alive.
Now what's even hotter than an elf? Another elf. That time I got reincarnated as a cat and got picked up by a hot elf. Yeah, that's just the plot. So an elf picks up this cat who is actually a middle-aged guy, and now this elf loves the cat. Like, she really loves the cat. This is literally Inukai-san with the dog all over again. And if you don't know anything about it, don't worry about it. Okay, now let's get all the isekai out of here. A new year, but the same isekai bullshit. Guys getting isekai'd, becoming alchemist, noble, plug racism, and also a guy who talks well. And then they keep getting all the girls because, of course, this guy gets girls even as a kid. Now imagine you're a middle-aged bald dad, then you say hi to Truck-kun, get isekai'd and get gender bent into a villainess. And now your wife and daughter watch you romance with ikemen guys. Dad is gonna have daddy issues now. Normal guy in another world but has inbuilt Amazon, so he buys, sells, cooks, becomes a furry real quick, and then bags the hottest girl in the show. And by the way, did I actually mention that the Red Ranger from Power Rangers also gets isekai'd? Yeah, talk about ruining childhood. The Mappa animators are going off again, with an original series this time, Zenshu. Now I really hope Mappa's staff is having a great time working on Zenshu because this is such a great creative work. An animator draws her manga panels to life to fight enemies, and every time she has to draw something different. So you know there's gonna be something creative every single episode. Like one episode she literally summons an idol. I'm not sure about that. Oh, I also forgot to say that this is an isekai. Now here's an anime about a normal receptionist who is surely not the strongest character in the show. I mean, come on, that's a joke. Of course not. Well, yeah, there's that secretly overpowered trope again. Okay, this is actually really amazing. This is... Now remember when I said I won't talk about isekai? Well, who cares because ReZero is back again. Now if you haven't watched ReZero yet, go and watch it now. You're literally attempting the 8th deadly sin by not watching ReZero. Now I was kinda confused about the break this new season took, but well, at least we don't have to wait for 3 years again, like Rem. Plus, Emilia is doing things, look at her go, finally using a bit of the budget and she's kidnapped again. And Subaru has to save her again. By the way, did I actually mention that ReZero is actually the best isekai ever made? I got married to the girl I hate the most in the class. And yeah, that's just the plot. And they live together, they sleep together because reasons. This is gonna be another one of those romance shows with the characters liking each other but never knowing they like each other but never admitting they like each other, and then they say they hate each other. It is just a tsundere simulation. Meanwhile, the sister gets more action than the wife. Bang Dream is back again with a sequel of It's My Go with goth girls. Now you are completely wrong if you think this is an anime about girls in a band, because this is about girls in a band. But just make it darker, and even darker, and make it so dark that you might even have a psychological trauma watching it. So this show actually caught me off guard. This is probably the show with the best character writing in all of this season. It is not just about girls in a band, it's about girls struggling in life and facing problems as a celebrity, facing problems in making music and making a band. Now the psychological and emotional tension in this show is so well done. And it is kind of insane to think that this is actually Bang Dream, which I normally thought is like... So yeah, if you've never been into Bang Dream, I don't really blame you. But It's My Go and Ave Mujika really does deserve a lot of praise, because goth girls. Now welcome to Language Barrier, the anime. The guy has a crush on a girl, but she speaks in an accent that he can never decipher, and then there's the best girl, who is a translator. Well, I mean, still not as much destroyed as Rem. Now notching it down to another brain-dead anime, there's the same plot of the protagonist leaving his overpowered team to create his own harem adventures, then people finding out that he's probably the strongest, and then the previous team who treated him like a shit gets jealous while he takes away all the girls and all the cash. Just what the title says. But there's one little thing that makes a difference. One little thing that makes this anime shine. The protagonist live streams. Yeah, Asmongold probably has something to say about this. Tasokare Hotel. Now this is a show I really look forward to because of its concept. Characters dying and they arrive in this new hotel, and here they find clues about their past because they lost all their memories. And by getting these clues, they kind of self-reflect on their life.
Wait a minute!
So yeah, this is a death parade, but it is not in a bar but actually in a hotel. Now Studio Bind is finally putting Mushoku Tensei aside and animating something else. Finally! Before watching this show, I actually never knew that recitation, I don't know how to even say that. Well, I never knew that recitation actually had national championships. I seriously have never seen a show so heavily dependent on voice acting. This show really shows how overpowered not just voice, but the way we talk is. By the way, this is like actually the 6th take I'm doing for this part. Yeah, I really suck. I really need to watch this anime actually. Now moving on, an anime that I actually was looking forward to because I really enjoy the manga. Honey Lemon Soda is kind of a tribute to old school shoujo romance anime. Now yeah, it is not really for everyone and I'm not gonna compare it to all the modern romance anime that is out there, but it has kind of the tropes that the early shoujo romances had. A girl bullied all her life and it takes just one thing for her to get admitted to the school and then slam dunking her bullies. A guy. A really hot guy. Yeah, this is probably really relatable to every single girl out there, right?